You listen to BBC Radio Manchester with me, Mike Sweeny. It's Friday. Do you know a strong Manchester woman? And I said earlier, I know loads, and I'll bet you do, because this place, Greater Manchester, is full of them. Now, a podcast was commissioned about strong Manchester women, and that podcast has now been nominated for an award. Vic Elizabeth Turnbull from the MIC Media makes Strong Manchester Women. That's the podcast, and I caught up with her earlier. Can I just wish you all the very best and ask you how delighted you must be by this award? How do you feel?
Oh my goodness, I can't even tell you. When I found out that I'd been nominated for a British Podcast Award, I was working from home at the time, and I was screaming and weeping, and I'm surprised the neighbours didn't call the police because I was making so much of a din. It's just a delight and an absolute testament to the women that are featured in the podcast.
Tell us about who you met. I mean, there must be some real standouts from the people that you've interviewed. Tell us.
So the podcast is 14 women and stories and journeys of those 14 women from across Manchester. So we've got people like Helen Brown, who's the founder of On The Out, who help people when they get released from prison. And I just want to know that these women are, I call them like the underground heroes. There's the women that you probably don't hear from a lot in like mainstream media. Got Stacey Copeland, one of your BBC Radio Manchester buddies, talking about equality in sport.
What's wonderful about this is that we're not talking, when we're talking about strong Manchester women, there is no prerequisite that you have to be famous. It's real people, isn't it, doing real stuff? That's
what's been amazing. Talking to real people, making a difference. And a lot of these are women are making a difference, unheard, and on the ground as well. We're working on the front line, really, of some important issues and changing our community in Manchester, really. It's been absolutely inspirational.
I find Stacey, even now on a day-to-day basis, because I keep in touch with her on social media a lot, inspirational in her background, the fact that her expectations, she had expectations, but society necessarily didn't, and she's done amazing. And how typical is she of these women that you've been interviewing for the podcast?
Very, very typical in the fact that they're strong Mancunian powerhouses in their own right, each having their own struggles to get where they are today, and each not having a linear, like this linear path to success or to make an impact. They've all taken these squiggly, sometimes hard paths to where they're getting to.
I am going to be a bit provincial now, because I'm from Salford originally, and I'm a working class scruff that's got lucky and got a job broadcasting. But I've known some amazing women during my life, including my mum, including my wife, and women that I work for here in broadcasting. Why do you think that here in Greater Manchester we produce these amazing females who just do stuff?
Oh, good question. I'm a northern bird. I'm not originally from Manchester. I'm across the mountains. I'm from Sheffield. And there's something about northerners. There's something about the grit and the tenacity and the just getting stuff done. And I think if you're not from Manchester, it rubs off on you, doesn't it, a little bit?
I hope so. So what's going on for the future for you now, Vic?
So I run a social enterprise that's a podcast production company and training company. So I specialise in working with underrepresented voices to help them amplify their stories through podcasts. So working a lot with charities and other social enterprises to help really amplify their message. So I've got more podcasts in the wings. I've got workshops coming up.
The award you've been nominated for is called the Bullseye Award. It celebrates the best podcast under 5,000 listeners. I'm really chuffed for you that you've been nominated. And will you get back to us and let us know how you go on?
Yeah, it's this Saturday.
Listen, you take care, Vic. Great talking to you.
Cheers, Mike. Thank you very much.
And good luck to Vic Elizabeth this weekend. We'll find out hopefully next week how she's done. This is a tune, and some great tunes in the next hour.